So we need to talk about buying a home in 2024 because experts are saying that now is the time to buy. You need to get in while you can. But there's other experts, other realtors that I actually respect that are saying that now is not the time to buy. And there's reasons for this. I want to address what this person is saying, why they're saying this, and what this means for you and I moving forward. But I'll break all that down in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So just recently, I've been talking to a handful of realtors and asking them the same question. Is now the time to buy a home in 2024? Some say yes, others say no. I've even been getting a handful of flyers and cards at my personal home saying that now is the time to sell. You need to sell right now because prices are at all-time highs. You need to cash out while you can. Well, for one thing, I have an interest rate under 3%. Not going anywhere. Okay? I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep my home. I'm going to keep my interest rate. Not going to change it. Even when I decide to move, I'm not getting rid of my home. I'm going to keep it. Okay? Because the interest rate. That's the key. But here's what one person had to say. This realtor says this. Now is not the time to buy a home. And I've been telling all my clients this for more than 3 months. I've even went out and got a part-time job as a cashier at Target until my real estate business picks back up. But this is why. More inventory is hitting the market. We are seeing rates drop back down with the expectation that rate cuts happen by first quarter of 2025, and workers are being called back into the office. This is interesting. We will see a slight correction soon, but the biggest reason I'm telling people to wait is because rates will drop, in which it will save hundreds of dollars every single month. Now, here's the thing you need to understand. Housing prices hit all-time highs, okay? They've been hitting all-time highs, and it's becoming an affordability crisis in the United States. That's what we're facing today. Buying a home is more expensive today than ever before. Okay, more expensive. So many people do not even consider the American dream of owning a home because of the expenses associated with it. Now, here's a good thing. For the first time in a while, we are seeing some decrease in interest rates. That's good. Okay, but as rates drop, inventory goes up. The thing that we're seeing right now is the price of homes continues to climb. But until inventory reaches a level that we haven't seen in many years, okay, where it really explodes, we aren't going to see home prices decline in price. But as more things hit the market, more things start to sell. But as more people are looking to buy, we are going to see prices go up. The benefit here, and this is why people say don't buy a home yet, is because interest rates are going to fall. Now, I want to tell you about a friend of mine. Okay, I have a friend, he lives in Henderson, Nevada, and he works for a company in Temecula, California. So I think they're like 3 hours apart, something like that. I don't know 100%, but something along those lines. Now, he has now been pretty much ordered or asked to, instead of working remotely from Henderson, which he would work remotely 4 days out of the week, he would travel to Temecula 1 day a week. That was it on Fridays. Okay? Here's what the company is now asking him to do. He needs to work in office 5 days a week. So he is now being forced to either sell his house in Henderson and move to Temecula, which he has a house in the Highlands in Henderson, if you know where that is, very, very nice area. And he's being asked to move back to where he once lived in Temecula. This is happening all over the country. Okay? If you were working in a big city, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, right? Los Angeles, okay? Chicago, right? Dallas. People are now being asked to come back to work in the office as much as 5 days a week. This is now causing more people to list their homes. This is just one of the reasons why people are listing their homes, Because think about it. Why would you want to sell your home for, yes, top dollar, but you're also paying a very low interest rate, especially if you got over the past couple of years? This is why some are saying that this is not the time to sell your home. This is not the time to buy a home. This is the time to wait and be patient. Not only that, I want to show you this. There are also some additional expenses that most people don't realize because, and think about this, for millennials that are just getting in, first-time home buyers, they want to buy a home. They understand they have to pay for the mortgage. But along with the mortgage, you have to pay insurance. You have to pay property taxes. Maybe there's an HOA fee. Here are some of the common ongoing costs of home ownership. There's HOA and condo fees, home maintenance, repairs, and utilities. This is something that a friend of mine just recently found out the hard way, that his AC went out. Stopped working. Well, guess what? He had to put a new system in. That system cost about $11,000. He did not anticipate that. He just bought the home about 4 or 5 months ago. Now he had to put in this additional expense, this new cost. Well, it's going to be great for his home and if he stays in there long term, but he was only expecting to stay in that home for a year to 2 years and then move. Not a great investment. There's also homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, got mortgage payments, property taxes. Something that most people don't realize is that your mortgage insurance could go up. That could get more expensive. So even though your mortgage is going to stay the same, especially if you're in a fixed rate mortgage, your mortgage is not going to change. But where things get more expensive is your property taxes. If property taxes go up, guess what? Your monthly payment goes up for everything as well. What about insurance on your home, right? Mortgage insurance. If it gets more expensive to insure your home because there's so much more flooding in the area, there's additional hurricanes and tornadoes, there's fires, right? All these natural disasters that you cannot control. If the insurance company decides, you know what, it's getting a little expensive to insure these homes in this area, we're going to have to raise prices. You're on the hook for that. You have to pay that additional cost. Now, what we are facing right now is a huge affordability crisis here in the U.S. When it comes to housing, there's so many millions and millions of people here in the U.S. that are paying too much for their home. They cannot technically afford it. That's a problem. But this problem is not getting any better. There's not a definitive solution that we are headed towards. All we know right now is, yes, property values continue to go up. Things are getting a little more expensive, but at the same time they're getting expensive, the one good news that could come is hopefully in the next 6 to maybe 12 months, we see a interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve here in the United States, and that could bring interest rates down. If it does, then we may finally see more people decide to list their home, which would bring property values down a little bit, slight correction, and then that alongside interest rate cuts could mean your payment, you could save 20, 30, maybe 40%, depending on what you're looking at and how much of a correction we see. So, as experts are telling us right now is not the time to buy a home in 2024. Just wait, be patient, and that time will come. So, we'll see what happens in the near future. All I can tell you right now is I will be here every step of the way, and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.